Okay, team is the second biggest key, and I think you've heard that a bunch of times. I'm really grateful to all the people that have come before and pointed out how important team really is. Team is basically how you're going to achieve your results, how you're going to get that vision. And I want to tell you, this is not team. Your team is not just a bunch of minions who are there to do things for you. That's not it. Your team actually has a bunch of layers. When I talk about team, most people think of internal team, people that you hire, that are doing all kinds of tasks and functions. You get some leaders, and they're doing some great management leadership for you. But your team also includes contractors, vendors, partners. Your team also includes your business community, your like Launch Club, right? That's a place where not only you can get guidance and advice, but you get the fresh eyes. You get a different perspective. Coaches, they're really important to business. And mentors who can give the wisdom of having been there before. So how I think of a high-performance team and really what's needed is a high-performance team brings out the best in each other and together takes the most effective action to achieve the business vision. Right? So you need people who are focused on bringing out the best, and you work together to achieve the vision. I can't emphasize the together part enough, okay? And why is team such a big deal? Why do I keep going back to this together part? Because it matters. Let me back up for a second. I think of entrepreneurs as superheroes. They are amazing at bringing the impossible to life. Like without entrepreneurs, I wouldn't get to do what I love because I'm super passionate about business. But I'm not that great at starting them. I need entrepreneurs to take that risk to really get it going. And they do that, and they're super successful until they hit their kryptonite. Because the business gets to a certain level where they end up doing it all. And that's when you hit burnout. It's the biggest complaint that I get from entrepreneurs in my business today. So when you hit burnout, or before you hit burnout, as soon as you can't do it all, team is the way to success. That's it. Most important thing. You might be thinking, okay, I get it. Lots of people said it. And I want to say, I don't know that you get it. I had to really get it the hard way, so I wanted to share just a little bit about that with you. Jeff gave me an amazing introduction. And so you've heard that my first experience with business growth and building team was me being the CEO, actually, not just the operations manager. I started out as that, and then I was the CEO of my family business during the 90s, the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. This is me and my parents. You might recognize our ice blended mocha. We created that category. I came back to the business when I was 22. I had a good head for business and grew it very fast. It was going great until it wasn't. At 22, I had the bliss of ignorance. I thought I knew everything, and turned out I didn't. And as my business was starting to fall apart, as we were missing deadlines, going over budget, customers were calling to complain, I got more demanding with my team. I started to take more control and tell them what to do. I started to get kind of angry and resentful, like, do your job. I stopped listening to them in meetings. And then one day, my best regional manager came in and quit. And he took 2 of my best store managers with him. And that's when I had to learn about this statistic, is that most people change jobs because of their managers. People don't quit jobs. They quit bosses. And I was one of those bosses. So I had to learn to change. Because this wasn't working. And not only was it not working, it was painful. Anybody ever here have a hard time getting a result with working with other people? Right? And you're trying to explain something, you're trying to get it to go better, and it's just not working. That's painful. That is not a way to spend your leadership life. So we have to learn to do it differently. I hired a business coach who was excellent. I joined an organization called YEO to help get myself some extra information about how business really works. And I got myself really turned around. And in that turnaround, the thing I most want to share is I got to have a personal transformation I wasn't expecting. Because early on, how painful those interactions were with my team, they started to become the most enjoyable part. Because I started to see my team thrive when I did things differently. And seeing my team thrive and accomplish things, I saw them start to just enjoy their work lives and their whole lives more. And then my business purpose really changed for me. It wasn't just about having an impact on my customers and on the planet. My personal intention became much more about that people would experience the best of themselves when they work with me. It became super important to me. After we sold the business, and by the way, during my tenure, I took it from 7 stores to 70 stores, plus growing, adding a lot of overseas licensees. It was a great time. And after that, I got to apply all of those skills in lots of other businesses, some that you might recognize here. And I've had the pleasure of working with many of the people in this room. So the reason that the Platt Pluses aren't taking shots at me right, is because I know their backstages. Like, I have the ultimate ammo. So this whole time, like, I've been feeling nice and secure. Anyhow, it's been my absolute pleasure to work with these teams. And the best part is seeing the Platt Pluses become incredible leaders and start to really enjoy growing their businesses, not kind of fighting with the people parts.